Now, live from the Bontana Hall here in Nakuru, this is Agenda 5. It is the 18th of July 2010, exactly 2.5 weeks to a referendum on a proposed constitution. Now, official campaigns for the proposed constitution have begun in earnest, and Kenyans are hearing from a cross-section of stakeholders. But what is the voice of the Kenyan people? Now, across the country, from Nairobi to northern Kenya, from Nyanza to western and to the North Rift Valley, it is not politics, but rather issues such as marginalization, underdevelopment, representation, youth unemployment, and land that is the concern of the people. Tonight, Agenda 5 is in Nakuru to hear from the people of the South and the Central Rift. Remember, it is not the ultimate decision of the government or your member of parliament that a new constitution rests upon, but that decision belongs to you, the people of Kenya. Welcome to Agenda 5. Now, welcome to the Bontana Hall here in Nakuru. Tonight, Agenda 5 is listening to the voices of the people of the Central and South Rift Valley. Remember, Agenda 5 is about the voice and the decision of the people of Kenya. Members of the audience, I'd like to welcome you to the program this evening. Welcome to Agenda 5. Our listeners across the country on Radio Maisha, our viewers across the country on KTN, welcome to the program from Nakuru. May I now introduce my panel for tonight. Otiende Amolo, a member of the Committee of Experts. Welcome to Agenda 5.
Thank you.
May I also introduce Odenda Lumumba, the National Coordinator for the Kenya Land Alliance. Welcome to Agenda 5.
Good evening.
May I also introduce Korir Singoe, a human rights lawyer and a co-counsel for the Enderoys Welfare Organization. Welcome to Agenda 5.
Thank you.
Now, Agenda 5 is the People's Forum. It is about the people. I'm going to go straight now and hear what the people of the South and Central Rift Valley have to say. Our first question from the floor. Questions? Yes, please hand up. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my question is, first let me give you my view on the draft constitution. I think it's an excellent document. The issue of cohesion in Central Rift, prior to 2007, the post-electoral violence, people of Central Rift have been very cohesive, as attested the way the people have lived here between the Maasais, Kikuyus, Kalenjins, the minorities, the Luos, the Kisis, Luyas. But there has been a lot of interference from people who come here to settle. When they bring about their ethnic origin from that place, instead of retaining the integrity and integration that has been here in Rift Valley for a long time. I'm saying this because I've grown up here in the 50s. I was a young kid here going to school, and we used to talk Kiswahili, English. We did not know anybody by his own tribal origin or others. So I want to know from the panelists what the new draft constitution, proposed constitution, has done to ensure that we can continue to live in harmony as we have done for many years, irrespective of the settlement, irrespective of the land issues and others. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your question, please.
My name is Dr. Solomon Wanguru. Sorry.
Thank you for your comment. Your question.
Kwa majina ni Ruth Asha Cheptarus kutoka Central Rift. Swali langu ni kwa Bwana Lumumba. Sisi tulinunua shamba Kalenjin Enterprise na in 1974 tuligawanya hiyo shamba 1.8 ambaye hata ifiki eka 2 na tumezaa, tumegawanya mpaka hata hiyo kwota sasa watoto wamegawanya. Tutaita nini hiyo? Itakuwa tutapata title deed kwa hiyo kwota sasa itaitwa shamba ama itaitwa plot. Ningependa kujua minimum and maximum. Lingine ningependa watu kutoka other regions watu heshimu, hapa ni cosmopolitan, tujiamulie kama watu wa Central Rift vile tunapiga kura yetu. Hatutaki kutoka wengine.
Thank you for your comment. Next question, please.
Thank you so much. My name is Kefa Magenyi. My question goes straight to the section 68C 5 and 6, which talks about the land redress and the issue to do with the family property, that is the land. And that one is also in cross-check to the Article 67(2)(e), which is also addressing the redress to the historical land injustices, and 63, which is talking about...
Please speak into your mic. Lift your mic higher. Go ahead.
Again?
No, just continue.
So the issue of property rights in section 68C, 5 and 6, which is saying, and which is addressing the question on property rights for the family, whether it's as a family, it is also going to boil in the issues of emotions and also the family dispute. There is also the question of redress to the question of land resettlement and areas that have question in the issue of title deeds. Thank you.
All right, many questions there about land. Otiende Amolo, I'm going to start off with you. What has the draft done, or what does the draft say about national integration issues?
Well, first of all, the larger issues that usually cause tension, even as asked by the questioner, usually revolve around land. And so what the proposed constitution does in land is it envisages a situation where as Kenyans we cannot and we do not need to be restricted that a Malua must only live in Luo land. It must be possible for me to get a place in Thika and be respected in Nyeri and vice versa. It envisages a situation where as Kenyans we should be free to go anywhere, to buy land anywhere, or to be given land freely by anybody anywhere and to reside there peacefully. And that is actually the ambit of Article 39 and Article 40 of the proposed constitution.
Lumumba, the question of demarcation of land up to 1.8 acres, minimum and maximum, purely for the small landowners, do they stand to lose their land?
Not exactly. First of all, the Constitution protects property in its all entirety, of property of any description, which means that even your 0 point something or point something is protected. That's where we start, that protection. The Constitution says that the Parliament shall prescribe the minimum and maximum acreage that a private person can hold. Now, the issue here basically is to remind the audience that even as we stand today, within the urban areas, the planning law limits a plot which is adequate enough for development to 50 by 100 feet. That is in the urban areas. In agricultural areas, the Agriculture Control Act puts it to 2.5 hectares, which is normally an average of 4.5 to 5 acres. Now, the issue really here is your parliamentarians are the ones who will understand who the people they're dealing with are so that they go with that. But ultimately, you cannot fragment a land to a point where it is not productive, to a point where anything you do in it, you cannot even find space to turn yourself. That will be next to impossible. It's impractical. For instance, in the slums, we have 10 by 10, and people have no space even for toilet. What do we have? Flying toilets in those places. I want just, Marshall, if you allow in 1 second or so, to answer the issue of historical injustices. The issue of historical injustice is not a question of revisiting people's property to bring it in contention. It is only a question where somebody historically feels that injustice were committed against them in matters of land. That person will bring up the matter on their own volition to a commission, or the commission understands that issue and brings to investigate what it's all about. Therefore, there's no interference in property, but definitely we have to sort out the old hatchets on land matters to avoid endemical or endemic clashes that we have been having in the country for the last 20 years to the most of the people I see in the audience who are aged below 20.
All right, I'm going to take more questions from the floor. Go ahead, please.
My name is Reverend Jackson Angunza. I'm from Molo. Issue yangu ni land issue. Nauliza Bwana Lumumba, unapoangalia katika Kenya yetu, mimi nimezaliwa pale Tinet na wazazi wangu walikuja hapo 1918. Kuhusu wale watu ambao hawana land, squatters, mnashughulikia nini ili hawa watu tusiwe na squatter in this Kenya? Because unapoangalia kwa shida ambayo ya Rift Valley ambao tuko naye katika area hii, unaona kwamba wale wenyeji wanakaa kama sisi wenyeji ambao ni wa Molo. Tuko watu ambao hawana hata land, ni squatters. Na unakuta kwamba serikali ina transfer people from sehemu zingine kuwaleta huko kuwapea mashamba, na wale wenyeji wa huko hawana mashamba. Sio pia itachangia crashes. Thank you.